Hello, it's Carla Italiano coming to you live from Savannah, Georgia, and welcome to day 89 of our 90-day run. And this is it. You have made it. Day 89 is our official last class day. Now, Zoom, so I will be bringing as well. But today is the last official day because Monday through Friday class, day 89 of our 90-day run. Congratulations and thanks for coming along with me. This class was a Q&A and there was some great information that was shared, so I'm excited to bring it to you. So thank you so much and congratulations. And let me just jump on in. First of all, the dare is to share your experience with a post and tag Fraser in it. So actually, if you've been following me along, I would love if you would put a post up about what you've learned in this class. If you tag me, that's great, or just celebrate what you've done. You celebrate something new that you have learned. I'm be doing that today, actually, because today was actually really special because I was asked last minute to train and to do a Zoom call today for my company. And because it was last minute, it was easiest to train on something that was just fresh on my mind. And it is the ABC 1-2-3 method that I learned through this class that I've retaught here. I've taught to my team and that I've done. So I shared it on our Zoom call, and already I'm getting messages from people in our company who are on that Zoom call. They're messaging me, ABC 1-2-3 complete. So that is so rewarding to know that this is sharing. And in fact, that's something that Fraser shared on this call that was our last class day. He encouraged us to become a valuable resource for our networks, for our teams, for our company, be the social media mom or dad or parent, be the one that people go to with questions. So today I feel like this was perfect because I got to be that for our company. The girl who was scheduled to actually train today had a flight delayed such that it conflicted with the time. So she called me yesterday, asked me to train today on the call. And so I pulled together the ABC one and I shared it and it was great. So you be that, reteach the things that you've learned here with your network, with your team, and you can be that resource for people as well. And it just lifts up our entire profession and company. Right. Okay. So here are some of the questions that are asked. So these are kind of all over the place. There's quite a bit on live videos, which was really good, and just social media in general. So one question happened to be asked: so where should we build a community on which platform? So Fraser advised if we're building a lot on Facebook, Facebook groups are great. However, it's also valuable to have something off of a social media platform just in case that social media platform happens to go away. He recommended Telegram as an option, or he didn't say it, but WhatsApp. WhatsApp is one that I like because I have an international team. And in fact, our company just launched a new promotion and I have a WhatsApp group with people from Australia and the UK and here in the US, all committing to the ABC 1-2-3 and sharing ideas together. So that's it. That's something he recommended in your post when you're posting every 4 or 5 posts or so. Include a strong call to action that invites people into your network. If you have a product page, if you have an open Telegram group, for example, or a WhatsApp group for information, then you can invite them into your group. So that's an option to include in your post. Somebody asked how to promote YouTube channel. He says promoting YouTube channels is a little challenging because it's really based on searching keywords. So if you're going to grow in YouTube, he said you can get really good at keywords and including keywords in your title and your topics. But in general, to grow your channel, you want to share your your YouTube links with your current network. If you post it on Facebook or Instagram, those platforms don't like YouTube links very much, but it will still get out there. Or if you have an email list, that is one of the best ways to promote your own channel to your current audience, right? It was brought up about a professional account. So on Facebook, you can now switch back and forth between the basic profiles that we have now and the professional one. Something to note, when somebody else has switched to professional, you cannot send them a friend request, but you can follow them. So I don't know if I like that feature as much because I've noticed that on a few as I've done the find ad message. I can't send them a friend request, but I follow them. So I do follow them and message them. I just don't know if they see it as well. And it doesn't invite them to follow back. So anyway, that's just a note. Somebody asked if they're building on one platform, but they want to keep the other one active and going, how often should they post? The answer was 1 post a day will keep an account active. If you're growing it, you want 2 to 5 posts a day. Okay, because you want to be the person that people think about when they are ready for your solution, your product, your opportunity. The greatest influence that's going to make somebody buy is their desire, their need. And when they're ready, you want to be that person. So posting 3 to 5 to grow at least once a day, even for a platform that you may not be growing or focusing on, but you need to keep it active with at least once a day. For Facebook Live, when you make a Facebook Live, you may have noticed this. I have, it's rather new. At the end, it asks you if you want to have the Zoom or have the live video delete after 30 days or stay forever. And of course, Fraser recommended have it stay forever, right? Which is what I've been doing, so that's great. He recommends not going live on Instagram and Facebook at the same time, because what he says it does is it asks your audience to choose between the two. A strategy that he shared that can help to grow your audience and also utilize live on both platforms is to start on one and end on the other. So for example, you start on Instagram and say, here are 5 tips to such and such, but you only share 3. Then I'm going to share the other 2 on Facebook. If you follow me over there, drop a specific word, for example, legend, in the comments. So you end your Instagram, you start Facebook, and you're like, here, I shared the 3 others on Instagram. Here's the other 2. And as you see people comment legend or whatever word that you ask them to comment, you can give them a shout out. So you see them and you honor them, recognize them, and that utilizes both of your platforms. Yes, I said that. Oh, well, another thing he recommends for live videos is to promote them and schedule them in advance using a third-party app. He didn't mention StreamYard, but that is one that I think he mentioned before because I used it at his recommendation. He mentioned Ecamm Live and Minicam, which I'm not familiar with, but any of those third-party platforms where you can schedule a live, it'll show up in a post that you're scheduled for live at a certain time and invites people to go ahead and comment and like on it. So apparently then when you actually go live, your video already has those comments and likes on the actual video, which is pretty cool. So that's one. Another thing he recommends is paying attention to at what point in your live videos does the audience tend to go down. Because usually there's a point where, there's watchers and they kind of go up and then they start to skyrocket. And then at some point they'll kind of plateau and go down. And he says, it's counterintuitive, but it's an algorithm hack. If you can estimate just before you think your audience number is going to peak, and you can end the live right before that, which seems counterintuitive, right? You want it to grow, grow, grow. If you can predict, if you keep track of when that peak usually happens, if you go live often, and then you end the live just like while it's in the momentum of going up, then apparently that lets it go crazy. Like people dive in, like people want to see more, and it really increases the views. So that's a unique strategy for sure. The time of day, do it based on your energy if you're not sure when your audience is live. And this was the final question he got, and this was encouraging, is that somebody was sharing, they came in, they've been in the industry for a few years. In the beginning, they rank advanced really fast, but then they kind of took a dip, and it was kind of frustrating for them. And they asked him what he thought, and he said, the fact that you're still in the game is more important than advancing ranks, because what's going to happen is in this profession and in the world, there are seasons. And sometimes in seasons where our profession or your company or team or whatever is in a dip, if you can just stay consistent with your action, what's going to do is even if you dip, you're not going to dip as much as the people who quit during those time periods, because that's the time when people quit. Like I've seen it in my own team. When it starts to get hard, when it starts to dip, people quit, and then their income goes way down. But if you just stay the pace, you're going to be able to level off your income so that when naturally that season comes back, when there's massive growth and massive momentum, you're already ahead of the game. And it's going to totally work in your favor. So he says, don't base your success on your rank, base it on the number of lives that you've changed, and just stay consistent to stabilize your income. Be mindful of your energy, and continue to have the most posts and the most conversations with people on social media, and then long term you will win. Okay, awesome. Well, thanks you guys for hanging with me through all these classes. I won't, if you're watching live, I'm not in the moment, I'm not going to share because I have to get off to the next thing, but I will be sharing the actual 90-day celebration Zoom that we had with Eric Worre himself and share the notes with that. But you guys are the best. subscribe if you don't already. Go back and watch all the videos. Please feel free to share with others in our profession or marketing online in any business. Thanks so much.